Hey, interior designer. Listen, today we're going to talk about how... Hey, interior designer. All right, we got to talk about what's real. And sometimes running this business, it can feel like a struggle. Am I right? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
If you amen, stay tuned. Hey, designer. So listen, today, let's get real. Let's just be vulnerable, let's be honest, and let's be real. Sometimes this can feel like a real struggle. I know. And if I think back to all the times when I felt the struggle, like the time when I worked really, really hard for a meeting and I came to the presentation and the client said, "This is all you brought?"
Ooh.
Oh, it was like a dagger to my heart. Blah. And if I think about all the times I did not tuck my son into bed at night because I had to stay up and work, like these are the kinds of things that just rip my insides out and make this business feel like a struggle. Well, listen, here's the thing. Over the past decade that I've been doing this, I have really developed systems and processes and tips and tricks and things that have alleviated the struggle from the work so that now the business feels more enlightened and more joyful than it ever did before. So stick around because now we're going to talk about the things that you can do to alleviate the struggle for you. If I think back to all the times I have felt the most struggle or the most resistance or the most yuck in my business, I have found that it usually fits into one of three categories. Usually, it's an issue of time management, or it can be an issue of money management, or, am I right? It can be an issue of team leadership, and that's either leading your own team, leading yourself, or leading your clients. Sometimes it can be one, two, or three, and sometimes it can be all like, Look at me in my eyes. Which one do you think it is for you? Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? Or is it all of them at the same time? Listen, no judgment. This is true for all of us. But the important thing is when you're in the moment of feeling the struggle, the important thing is to tap into and have the awareness of which one of those three is playing a role at this particular moment. And so in order for you to have clarity on what that thing is, let's talk about the symptoms of each. So if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling like you're working late nights or you're always working weekends or you never have time to figure things out or get things done, then clearly it's a time management thing. And so then the opportunity is for you to start a mastery of time management. There are a lot of ways to do that. The way I do it is I'm dedicated to living more out of my calendar than I am from my email inbox. What? Yes, I hear you. I hear you too. Yes. And so one of the things that I do that you could consider is I literally go into my calendar and I put work blocks inside of it. I put, on Monday from 10 to 12, I'm going to work on this. And on Tuesday from 3 to 5, I'm going to work on this. And I literally block it out in my calendar. That's been a really powerful way that supports me in my time management. Then I can look over the week and I can see, oh, look, yeah, I am going to get everything done. Do you feel like money is causing the struggle in the business right now? If you feel like you're not earning enough, if you feel like you can't pay your employees or you can't pay your own bills, if you feel like you don't know how to manage it, if you feel like you're not charging enough, if you feel like you don't know how much to charge, those are symptoms of a money struggle. And if you're feeling those symptoms, there are a lot of opportunities that you can put in place that can alleviate that struggle for you. So one is consider taking a sales training. I have one that you could take that I highly recommend. We can talk about that later. But I know sales training has been really supportive for me to grow my wealth and alleviate money struggle. Can you get good at learning how to do lead generating activities? Can you get good at, or maybe hire a bookkeeper to manage the money documentation part of it? What are the things that you can put into place that can alleviate that money struggle for you? And maybe consider, I would really invite you to consider, I would highly, highly, highly recommend choosing or having clarity on what that thing is, and then being super intentional with growth through education on that particular topic. That's going to be the only thing that can shift you and turn you around from feeling like you're in struggle to feeling like you're empowered. And that empowered feeling is the thing that gets you out of the muck. Some people give up on their business because of a money struggle. And the thing is that if you have a money struggle, it's not going to fix itself in your next business or your next job. So the opportunity is for you to handle it right now and to master it and be dedicated to the activities that it takes for you to be in mastery practice of it. The other thing that I've experienced create struggle in my business and have seen create struggle in other designers' business is to feel that feeling of out of control or messy, or the feeling of you don't have a handle on all the pieces. What that's really saying is that you have a struggle with leadership. And leadership has many forms. Leadership means that you have the ability to lead yourself. Leadership also means that you have ability to lead your team, whether that's employees, whether that's vendors, and it also means your client. If you can be the leader and take leadership of your client and their project, then you're much more likely to feel like you have control and management over the thing. A lot of times, management and control of the thing often has to do with having systems in place. All right, so here's the deal. Struggle is normal. It's just sort of part of being human. But it's kind of like when you have a headache. To have a headache once in a while, that's normal. But to have a headache every single day, consistently, day in and day out, that's an indication that your body is telling you that there's something going on. So if your business has a headache over and over and over again daily on a consistent basis, then that's your business's way of telling you it needs attention in some particular area. So the opportunity for you is to focus in and get clear on what that particular area is that is asking for your attention and give it a little love. What I really strongly recommend is that give it love by way of educating yourself. If you can educate yourself, you are giving yourself the strongest foundation for your struggle to alleviate. In other words, education often works best in the form of coaching. So if you're looking for a coach, particularly an interior designer who's also a coach for interior designers, consider me. I would be happy to journey alongside of you to support you in alleviating the struggles and the headaches in your business. You can find me at biographicaldesign.com. Oh wait, and one more thing. Remember that education is the key to success, and on this channel, I'm dedicated to educating you through all of the stuff that I've learned over the past decade of doing this. So remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can be notified every time there's an opportunity for you to learn a little something.